Hey there, fellow nostalgia time travelers. Welcome to Chrononaut, the channel that takes you on a journey through the mind-bending, magnitudious, multiversal maze of mischief, mockery, and mayhem.
Oh! You two-tail two-timer! If you weren't doomed already, you'd be doomed!
Today we're discussing the true Lord of the Rings, Sonic the Hedgehog, and his short-lived but exciting cartoon, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. And we're discussing some of Sonic's best catchphrases. It's juice and jam time. Let's roll.
To the point, Professor. I've got waves to catch. Not to mention a cute little hedgehog in a polka dot bikini.
Did he say what I thought he said?
Number 1, Deke Entertainment had this grand plan for a second season, but nope, it didn't happen. They were too busy cooking up the second season of a similarly named cartoon, Sonic the Hedgehog, which debuted in 1993. Number 2, the series initially aimed for laughs, thanks to the brainpower of Bruce Shelley, Reed Shelley, and Len Jansen. But Len decided Sonic needed a dose of seriousness. Because, you know, hedgehogs are known for their seriousness. And why are they always trying to hog the hedge? My apologies for that ridiculous joke. Number 3, did you know that most of the bounty hunters from the Super Special Sonic Search and Smash Squad from 1993 moonlighted as the cast for Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine? Talk about getting a side hustle. Jim Cummings was Robotnik's OG voice in the pilot film. Then he went all dark and solemn in Sonic the Hedgehog from 1993. Number 5, ever notice the striking resemblance between this show and the Ren and Stimpy show from 1991? Yeah, me neither. But it turns out many of the crew members returned and worked on both of these shows, which is why they do in some ways seem similar. Number 6, believe it or not, Dr. Robotnik was supposed to be TV's sexiest fat man, but animators were not up to the task. So they compensated with some subtle shirtless scenes because that's what the fans really wanted. Number 7, the Sonic Says segments were a total no-show in the UK, which is unfortunate, maybe, although some of them were quite awkward. They were basically PSAs for kids, which were in some ways useful, but also weird.
So what do? First, you say no. Then, you get out of there. Most important, you gotta tell someone you trust. Like your parents, your teacher, a police officer.
Number 8, in the cartoon, Sonic is not afraid of water. Some fans claim that he is afraid of water in the games. However, that's debatable. It could be that he just can't swim and tends to sink, which is probably annoying, but it can't be said for sure whether he suffers from aquaphobia. Number 9, Sonic got spoiled with 2 birthdays in the series, once in Tails Prevails and again in Robotnik Land, because nobody loves birthday cakes more than hedgehogs. Number 10, Gary Chalk, the voice behind Grounder, changed it up a bit and donned the evil genius hat to voice Dr. Robotnik in Sonic Underground. Number 11, part of the show's theme song is In the Hall of the Mountain King by Edvard Grieg, because admit it, Sonic deserves a classic touch. Number 12, according to Milton Knight, the crew openly despised working on this show, which is probably a big part of the reason it only lasted 1 season. Knight, however, was the rebel who enjoyed the total chaos, despite the shoddy animation, writing, voice acting, and maybe everything else. Number 13, in a sea of Canadian voices, Jaleel White stood alone as the only American in the cast, who is famously the actor of Steve Urkel and said things like, "Did I do that?" Number 14, many voices from this show also were on Mega Man from 1994. There were obviously quite a lot of video games turned cartoons during this time period. Number 15, this is arguably the first series where Robotnik gets the egg treatment. From egg-themed inventions to being called Eggman, he's living his best egg life. although his true full name is obviously Dr. Ivo Robotnik, but he's referred to in different ways sometimes between the Japanese and English versions of cartoons and games. Jaleel White didn't want Sonic to sound like he was a member of a particular race, not white or black or like a surfer, he said, because he's a blue hedgehog. So, let's not overthink it. Interestingly enough, while Jaleel White was starring on Family Matters, he was also working on this Sonic cartoon during the same year of 1993. Number 18. Guess what? Pseudo-Sonic wasn't content with TV fame. It jumped into the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book by Archie Comics, proving Sonic's adventures were never confined to the small screen. Number 19. Sonic's favorite snack? Chili dogs. You probably know this one already, but they were not just a TV delicacy. They were a fast guy's favorite fast food. That's why we live fast, think fast, and act fast. Did they get the idea from Sonic drive-in restaurants? We can't be sure, but we do know hedgehogs love a good chili dog. So get out there and grab one for yourself. In summation, so there you have it, fellow video game pixel enthusiasts. 19 nuggets of delicious wisdom from the golden era of Sonic animation. It was a wild ride filled with quirky characters, questionable choices, and a whole lot of chili dogs. Until next time, keep running like Sonic and stay one step ahead of the Eggman.
That Robotnik's a menace. My sneaker came untied.
Parties you are trying to reach have been disconnected, and so has your brain, Robotnik.
Where could that little brat be?
You mean me, Chicken Lips? Robotnik's not fast. He's a slow, stinky old watermelon. Boy, that rat really knows how to cheat. Oh no, it's Robotnik. No, it isn't. Unless he turned himself into a girl. These guys think just because I'm a kid that I'm a pushover. Oh no, I hooked a girl! You're a major evil dum-dum! Hey, what a nice old lady! Hey, you've gained weight! When I'm cleaning, you seem to be leaning. No way, dummy clucks! This place gives me the creeps. Of course that might be because nothing but creeps live here. Sure, I'll give it to you.